Hey, what's up guys? Go through this time back in my G35, or G37 I mean. And I have a topic that is very controversial in the G and Infiniti community. So I'm gonna explain why people call Infiniti G37s and G35s Skylines, as well as the Q50s and Q60s Skylines as well. So this is gonna be a video of just me talking. So first things first, back in the 80s, legitimately Nissan had the Skyline in Japan. It never came over here, and so that was kind of sad. We have to import them over here now, of course. And the reason that we didn't get them is because Nissan wasn't as big of a brand, and yeah, so, and I'm not too familiar with the old history of it, but fast forward to the 90s, and Infiniti was a new brand in the 90s by Nissan. Their luxury brand, sort of like Lexus and everything. And legitimately, they didn't have like any flagship thing besides the G20, which didn't do the best, which is basically a reskin of, I think it was like an Ultima or some similar. It was a 4-cylinder turbo car. It was really nice inside and everything, but it wasn't the best of the best. So in 2003, I believe, is when the first G35 came out. What Nissan did is they basically, so in Japan they had the Skyline 350 GT, which was the same platform, same car as the G35. What they did is they rebadged it. They rebadged it with the Infiniti logos here, and they made a little clock in there as well. So legitimately, this, in all honesty, is a Skyline. So what they did is they reskinned it. They brought it over here as a G35. They made it a little bit nicer. Put the Infiniti name on it, which is a lot nicer. At least over here as well. Nissan over here was kind of known as like a cheaper brand. There wasn't really like a lot of name identification with it. And legitimately, the next thing that happened was the G37 came out, and they did the same thing where they renamed the car in America to the G37. In Japan, it was the 370 GT. And the reason that I say that some people call these Skylines is because of that. Also, the fact that the G35 was the actual testing mule for the G35, I mean the R35, which is kind of funny. So they legitimately used a G35, put a 3.8, made it all-wheel drive, which also is in most of these G cars as well. Like the one I'm sitting in right now, it has all-wheel drive. It's the same sort of system as the GTRs. And they fully kitted it out to be a GTR. And if you notice, most of the Gs kind of look like GTRs, sort of. I'm not going to be the one that claims, like, you know, mine's a Skyline. But this is the whole video is just trying to explain why people do that and where the stigma comes from. I've done a lot of research trying to research this myself. And honestly, the most important parts of it are from the G35 to the Q60. Because even nowadays, in Japan, they call the Q50 the Nissan Skyline. I think it's just called Skyline. But they actually made a Nismo version more recently. I'll show it right here. I'll post pictures of all the other stuff up here as well. So if you see that, that's, you know, that's for. But legitimately, the one thing that people claim is an argument for why it's not a Skyline is because the steering wheel is right here. In Japan, it's over there. Even though, legitimately, these parts, how they do it in Japan is they just flip them. And that's the one difference that people say is a difference between them, besides, of course, the badges and everything. I'm not calling my car a Skyline. I made a video on Instagram that got a lot of hate because they said, you called your car a Skyline, and it's not a Skyline. You know, and I wasn't doing that. So I'm just trying to make this video to, you know, clarify with everyone that is why it happens, and no one even covers this. So hopefully, if you guys have a friend that has a G37 or a G35, go ahead and comment, like, or share this with them, and see, you know, what they think. And this is just an educational video, but yeah, so that's the history of why the G series and the Q series is called Skylines in Japan. And why they're called G's over here and Q's over here. They are the same cars, the same body and everything, At least with the the Gs. The Qs have a different front end and they have a different rear end. I believe that their license plate is in America, I think it's up further, and in Japan it's down lower. So there's a few differences like that, but overall that's about it. The other thing I'm going to announce as well is, so this video was supposed to be, instead of this one coming out, it's supposed to be a video on a DIY project for my car. That is not here yet. It's going to be here within the next week, so I'm sorry for the lack of uploads, but yeah, so the upgrade that I'm talking about, I hinted at on a post. It's a very cool thing that you can do with your cars that is already on the actual car. You just got to plug it in. But yeah, so if you guys want to, go ahead and check out the rest of my videos. Also watch my shorts. They're really cool. I have a lot of shorts that kind of show off my car and everything. But without further ado, I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you stay spooky, my friends. It is also the day after Halloween here, so, you know, all foggy and everything. Really foggy. And I'm in my car. So, but I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you later. Goodbye.